Be sure to subscribe to Supercars of SA and click the bell icon to catch the latest videos as soon as they release. Hi guys, I'm SJ and now we are going to take a look at what it's like to drive the Mk7 Golf GTI. You guys can take a look at the comparison video between the Mk7.5 and the Mk7 generations. You can click that link above over there. There's also another video on why you must own a GTI. So and there we also look at the reasons behind why the GTI is so appealing and what makes it so special. But yes, I am going for a drive in this car now, so let's go and do that. Okay, so that is the key of the car. We have the GTI written over there. It is a flip key. The specific car doesn't have keyless entry, so it's just the flip key over like that. So let's do this. Let's get into the car. Okay, let's see. So let's do this. Let's drive the car. Okay, so getting into the car, all you gotta do is just put your foot on the brake and just turn the key. So let's go. Let's drive this car. Let's check out what the Mk7 Golf GTI is like. Okay guys, so driving the Mk7 Golf GTI. This is a very nice car to drive. Quite a bit of an adjustment to my Polo GTI, which is a lot smaller. Takes a while getting used to all of these big dimensions in the car. Okay, so the one thing I can definitely say about this Mk7 Golf GTI is that it's very comfortable. It's very spacious, that much I can give it. Definitely has a kick to it. So for those of you that don't actually know this, cars that have smaller sidewalls on their tires tend to have a slightly bit of a harder and more rougher ride than cars with bigger sidewalls. So you will notice that one of the loan cars that VW Claremont did give me, the 1 litre Polo TSI, the 2018 car, that the car has significantly smaller rims, the 15-inch rims or 14 inches, but because of the sidewalls being a lot thicker, the ride is a lot more smoother. Like in the Polo, the ride is generally so smooth it feels like you're on air. It's like a feather generally. But with the GTI, it's a bit of a difference there. Yeah. It's not quite the same thing really. With the GTI, you can't really expect a extremely soft ride because it is a performance car. Yeah. Correct. Okay. Sport mode and see what it's like. Okay, let's just go back into the exhaust is definitely a bit soft. It's not that loud really. A lot of people tend to tune this car and sort of just not straight pipe it, but sometimes people will just cut the mufflers out and stuff like that and make the car a lot louder. So that's something you can actually do with the Golf 7 GTI. I don't know if it does void your warranty. Does it void your warranty?
I think so.
So if you guys do decide to cut out your exhaust or make it a straight pipe or anything, which sounds amazing on a Golf 7 GTI, trust me, I've heard those exhausts, they are amazing. They're just something else. That DSG pop, yes. My goodness, that is intoxicating. Now this car is pretty much standard. I can tell that nothing's been done on this car. You can just feel that everything is stock on this car. The car is definitely something that you can drive very easily around town as well. It's not a very jerky car. I mean, it's a smooth ride in general.
One thing I like about the VW itself, because I'm new to VW, the corners.
What's it?
The corners, taking the corners.
Oh, the corners, yeah, no doubt. The one thing also, even with my GTI specifically, in a lot cheaper cars other than the GTIs, you will notice that the car leans a bit when you do take corners as well. Yeah. But with the GTIs, the car is generally very planted no matter how fast you are really taking that turn. But always you need to be careful even when you are taking a turn, because that's where the most accidents happen. It's when you drive fast on the turn really. It's just a matter of being a responsible driver with a GTI in general. But yeah, this has been a good drive. I can just say in general, with the Golf GTI, the Mark 7, it's a very smooth car. It's definitely something that you need to explore for you to really appreciate just how good the Golf GTI is, just how great of a car it actually is, and the fact that it can be used as an everyday car as well. And something you need to appreciate to test, to really understand what it's like. And make sure you come to VW Claremont if you want to get one of these. It's definitely a great place to come buy one of these. This is exactly where I bought my Polo GTI, and I can't deny that this experience was really amazing. Now let's drive the gorgeous facelifted 2018 Mark 7.5 Golf GTI. Let's see what it's like. So the Golf GTI is available with keyless start, which is a really convenient feature. So when you do start the car up, that lovely sweep, I love the way those dials sweep. That's just so amazing. Okay, so on a very hot day in Cape Town, where everybody is sweating buckets, okay, doing the Golf 7.5, the GTI. This is the facelift car. Okay, so let's see what this is like to drive. The one thing that's nice about this car is the fact that you have the digital cockpit now. It's a very beautiful piece to look at, and especially with that infotainment system, the new infotainment system that VW now has in its cars. The car feels very similar to the Mark 7 or the Mark 7 Golf GTI, sorry. That's because nothing really has changed between the two cars, and the average person might not even be able to tell that there's something different in the car. Most of the changes are really cosmetic and small little things that have really changed, much like the digital cockpit now, the infotainment screen, the tail lights. Very small things that have changed. Otherwise the car is exactly the same. I'm not quite sure if the power output is different though. Not sure. So I'll fact check that again for you guys as well, and then that will be written down below. But yeah, I believe this car puts out about 220 horsepower in general. Oh, I hope we can get somewhere with this empty tank. I guess this is a bit of a test to see how the Golf GTI can handle fuel consumption, because we are running on a very empty tank. That is surprisingly, not very surprisingly, exactly the same like the Golf 7, the Mark 7, the pre-facelift.
And it's not so hard as the other one.
That's it?
This one is not so hard like that one.
Yeah. Maybe one could also say that maybe because it's younger, possibly because this car has about, what, 20,000 kilometers on the clock? Still a very pleasant car to drive, that much I'll give it. Okay, the one thing that's not fun to do in a GTI, sit in traffic. GTIs are cars that are born for the open road. And for this, makes the drive very dull. I must admit though, the clarity of this screen, wow. It almost looks like it's actually real. Okay, let's see what sport mode is like. I like the sound though. The sort of grunty noise. So okay, guys, another feature that I really love in this car is on the speedometer, or the tachometer actually, on the digital cockpit, there's a sort of bar that tells you how much throttle input you are actually putting in, which is really a great feature. But it's pretty cool to look at things like that. Makes the car that much more exciting to be in. So okay, we are done with this drive for the Mark 7.5 Golf GTI. It's been a very entertaining drive. I can tell you one thing, there's not much difference between these two cars. Okay, these two cars are very similar. All the changes between the two cars are purely cosmetic. They drive exactly the same. There is not much difference, but they drive fantastic. There's one thing, the fun of a GTI will be the fun of a GTI. Having driven both cars back to back, I can say I felt absolutely no differences between the two cars. Again, the changes are purely cosmetic. Small tweaks have been made to the engine of the 7.5. But overall, I love the instant power in both cars with very little turbo lag. The Golf GTI is just such a pleasure to drive. The roads we were on were a bit bumpy and a bit rough, but again the GTI has a bit of a hard suspension. The car is available with dynamic chassis control, which does allow you to tune your suspension settings to make it a bit softer. The GTI is just a perfect mix of performance, power, head turning, appeal, practicality and comfort, and I would gladly have one. Again, thanks to VW Claremont, Zahir for arranging the cars, and Labiba for assisting on the drive. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe. Cheers!